2, 1, and go! Yes, it's Monday night. Yes, it is Monday night because I've just checked my phone and it says it's Monday night and it's just a little bit after 9 o'clock. So we're really a little bit late. That's not my fault. He pressed the buttons. Foxx presses the buttons because
it's Chris's fault.
Yes, Chris isn't here to press the buttons tonight. He's having. We're letting him have a lie down because it is. Yeah,
he did a think and it probably hurt him some way. So
yeah, so it exhausted him. So he's gone for a lie down in a darkened room.
Yeah.
So, but it is Monday night. It's Monday night, eModels night. As you know, mirth, mayhem, frolics, and words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. Don't push the boat out too far, Ted.
Knowledge, birth, deaths, and marriages. Well, maybe not marriages, but births and deaths.
Know your limits, Ted. Don't say knowledge.
Wisdom. And everything else. And tomorrow night is Burns night. So have you got your kilts? Have you got your haggis? Have you got your tatties and neeps? And most importantly, have you got your wee dram of whiskey?
Ooh, I want some gift the gifty gears to see ourselves as others see us.
Yeah, I'm not doing the ode to the haggis this year like I did last year.
Oh, sleek and gowering timorous beastie. Why not?
Ooh, the haggis.
We need to hear your Scottish accent, Ted. That probably sounds uncannily like a Barrow accent, but...
But the plans are at the end of the month I will be heading north because I've got a whiskey tasting session to attend in Edinburgh.
You're actually going to get in the brewery this time rather than spending 2 weeks not getting in breweries.
Yes, because the wee cranky has stopped all the restrictions and things. So
yeah.
Hopefully get in the distillery.
You just call her the wee cranky.
Yeah, she's a dead ringer for Jimmy Cranky, isn't she?
She is. I never thought of that.
So
everybody in Scotland has now stopped watching. Somebody's fire
So
alarm
that's
going
it.
off.
Yes. Don't forget, it's your show. You will follow your lead if what it might hear you.
Is your hearing aid screaming at us, Ted?
Yeah, it's just whistling at me now. So, yeah. Chris is in the chat. So
he's using finger words, but he's allowed.
So yeah. So that's
Chrissy lifts a finger, and the words are there.
Yeah, he's probably languishing in a deep bath. Languishing in a deep bath full of bubbles and things with the iPad, his laptop on the bath, and we don't want to see that sort of thing.
No, it's a family show.
Cover the camera. Yeah. Cover the camera.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm in charge of the bubbles. No, not the bubbles. I'm in charge of the buttons tonight.
In charge of the bubbles.
Yeah, I'm in charge of the buttons tonight. So yeah, if at some point, probably most likely, I will get kicked out of the stream and you'll see a white screen. But don't panic, I'll get us back in. It's because the way just accept it. It'll happen.
So if you get kicked out of the stream, does the whole stream collapse?
No, they just see a white screen saying please sign back in, and they can still hear me talking. So it'll only be for a few seconds, but it will happen because StreamYard kicks me out all the time. I don't know why.
It will do. Yes, it will.
Cheap nonsense.
Yeah, Foxx is hosting tonight. He's got all the buttons, so what possibly can go wrong?
I've got all the buttons. I haven't. The only actual button I've got is.
Slap it on. In fact, I think Foxx is doing everything. Yeah, Foxx is doing everything tonight. So
I've only got Ted slap it on button, which you guys didn't just realise I just pressed.
That's it. Yeah, that's. Go on, takes me back a little bit. That's the slap it on from the old workshop, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's from your old one.
That was Joanna asking about mud on tank tracks, and all you said was, "I'll do it again."
Slap it on.
You look a lot younger there, Ted. I have to lean over and press the mouse, but I haven't got a button like Chris.
Youthful Ted, isn't it?
Vigorous and youthful. Yeah, it's
there's been a few years and a few days and years have passed since then. And in the old days when I were a lad,
many boats have passed under that bridge, eh, Ted?
Many bits of plastic have gone in the bin and been lost to the carpet monster since then.
Yes. So do let me know how we're looking and sounding tonight, folks, because you're on. I'm doing the buttons, which means you're suffering with my rubbish broadband. So
we're looking and sounding fine, mate.
Jolly good.
Yes. So if anybody does have any complaints tonight, please address them to Foxx, because it's all his fault.
Yes, please address any complaints to helgan35@geocities.com. And if we've done a bad job tonight, if we do a good job, give us a thumbs up. If we do a bad job, press the thumbs down, but press it twice.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what we need.
Yeah.
And if you're joining us tonight and you haven't met us before, we're the guys from eModels. So just like and subscribe, and you'll see us every week.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah. Once you're subscribed, you'll never get rid of us.
Absolutely.
We're always there. Yeah, in the background. Yeah, niggling away at the back of your mind.
Niggling. Now, don't forget, of course, I would put myself full screen for this, but I've got the buttons, so.
Go full screen, Foxx. It's your turn.
Yeah, but then I have to lean forward and do it like that. It looks really.
I'll put you full screen and take you off full screen.
Then you have to lean forward and do it.
No, I've got my mouse on the arm of my chair, mate.
I can't get my mouse closer.
I've got one of those armrests on the chair that's got a mouse pad built into it.
Well, I had one of those things where I got so sick of the mouse cable dangling down behind the desk and getting caught up by my feet that I just taped it to the top of the desk underneath. So now it goes that far, and that's as far as it goes. Anyway, yes, this is the eModels Monday show, which we started 10 minutes ago. And of course, it is your show. It's all about hanging out with you guys for an hour and a bit, having a good time, showing you some cool things that you need to buy, that you have to buy, that of course you will buy. From your good friends over at emodels.co.uk, your one-stop shop for all your model making needs. No other place can satisfy those needs like eModels. So go to the website and buy many things. Of course, we have you guys in chat to interact with, and it's all about interacting with you guys. So if you're watching this and you can't see the live chat, click the YouTube icon in the bottom right hand corner. That will take you to the YouTube where you can carry on watching and watch the live chat. Make sure you've got the store open in your other tab, and then you can buy all the things that we show you later on. Don't forget, of course, it's an eModels show, so please keep it family friendly in the chat. Ted's doing something. Please keep it family friendly in the chat, and please refrain from mentioning other model retailers, because that's not cool. Other than that, don't forget, if you're in chat and you want to catch our attention, we've all got the chat near us somewhere, but make sure to put your comments in big fat capital letters. What do they do, Ted?
Put it in bold.
Put it in bold, big fat capital letters, so we have a chance to see it, because we're all old and we've all got chat a long way away, and we'll probably miss your comment. All you can do is super chat and press the dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window, and then we'll see your chat.
Cool. That's about it.
Yes.
So it's over to you guys. Don't forget, belly and bench. What's in the belly? What's on the bench? What are we doing this week? And have you finished anything from last week? If you've finished a thing, you can get a ding.
What do they get, Ted? They get one of them.
One of them. So yeah, let's see what you've been doing.
Let's have a look in chat, see if anyone is doing anything. Whether there's any bellies and benchies or dingage going on.
Not yet.
I'm not seeing
I
any.
had a mac and cheese tonight. Macaroni, not.
Oh, nice.
Oh God, we've got a modelling question. Oh.
Oh no!
I know. If you never watched this show before, we very rarely talk about anything to do with model making. We're not actually employed by eModels. We just happen to do free stuff for them because we love them, and they make a decent cup of tea.
It's one of those modelling questions asking for a friend.
Yes, it's Anders Eriksson, our friend Anders, and he says, modelling question, some modelling for a change. I know. I was asked by a friend who wants to start painting miniatures what paint brand to start with. He wants to go both brush and airbrush. I know what I'm going to say, but I'll let you guys go first.
For me, it would be Citadel. Brushes, obviously the best that you can budget can go with. That's pretty much for me.
What about for airbrushing, though? What paints would you airbrush with?
Me, it would be Model Colour, Model Air, that sort of thing.
Vallejo. But you, Ted? Would you go for?
Yeah, for me, I'd use just simple Vallejo. Nice and cheap. If you want to start it with, rather than getting into sort of MIGs and things like that, which are need a little bit of a learning curve to airbrush with, get into Vallejo, things like that, and lots of colours. There's lots of colours to sort of start with and get you on, and then move up. You can, go, especially for airbrushing. MIG colours are brilliant to work with.
Yeah, I would tend to concur. If you're brush painting, it has to be acrylics. So if for miniatures, I would say personally, Citadel make the best brush paintable paints. But Vallejo has a much bigger colour range, and they do have lots of very similar colours. So either or, whichever's available to him. But I would personally recommend Citadel because they're much nicer to brush with.
Vallejo. If you are doing that, them miniatures. Warhammer type things. Vallejo do have the game colours. There's a lot of
game
nice
colours, game inks, that sort of thing.
I mean, any of their paints is good. They're all really good. But yeah, Citadel, if you're airbrushing miniatures, Citadel will be good, but they're a pain because of the shape of the pot. So go for Viejo if you're doing airbrushing.
Yeah.
Or I don't know, and whichever paints are available to you, just make sure if you're brush painting that it's water-based acrylics. So not Tamiya, not lacquer-based paints, because you can't do a lot of blending and things like that with them. And you want to use a wet palette.
And you poison yourself.
Yeah, so for brush painting, absolutely water-based acrylics.
I'm going to take my hat off because it keeps banging on the back of my chair.
Okay. But yeah, unless you want millions of paints sitting around, if you're going to do a bit of airbrushing, stick to your Viejo, because they're dropper bottles and they're much easier to use.
Edward Leonard has finished a thing to get a ding.
Oh.
He has finished the Black Coat.
That's a nice kit.
Black coat.
Ding! Is that a bell tolling for the deceased?
In answer to Gemma's question, yes, the factoid will be coming up shortly. We're just doing a
yes.
little bit of bench and belly. And...
Chris had beans on toast tonight.
Ooh. So he's not that
Nice.
poorly then.
Yeah, so half an hour. Give it half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Johnny finished the Revell Peterbilt tractor with car carrier trailer, finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but we should go to Colin for his Festus factoids. Because
the bobbins has finished. Above that, the Tamiya M10 Achilles.
Oh, there we go. Right, I'm going to full screen Colin, because I'm going to full screen him when he can full screen me. I can't put the thing on it that says Festus factoids and stuff, unfortunately, because I don't have them.
We're going for the factoids, folks.
Factoids.
We'll just do primetime modelling. Who says Billy meatballs and rice? Binge finishes to be a universal carrier. Oh, so he gets a ding for that one.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Very
yes,
good.
folks. Festus factoid. Uranus Fox.
Wait, hang on, stop. I pressed the wrong one. Hang on, I'm trying to get. How do I put you in the big and the? There we go.
There you go.
Did you just? Moving on.
Uranus, yeah. In 1986, the Voyager 2 space probe made closest approach to Uranus. The spacecraft came within 81,500 kilometres of
I
Uranus's
can't imagine why you chose this one.
cloud tops. The probe, the probe, yeah, the probe radioed It probed Uranus, Foxx did, because it radioed thousands of images and great amounts of other scientific data on the planet, its moons, its rings, and its atmosphere.
Thousands of pictures of Uranus are publicly available.
Yeah, and I did all of that without corpsing.
I think that must have been a mission where all the scientists and things, what can we do? Why not? Let's send a probe to Uranus. We can have a...
Oh, you can have a right roar with that, can't you, eh?
Name that planet.
Absolutely. We've got some births, folks. Got some
Birth
births.
of the weeks. I can't
With
put the caption up.
two Fs. First up, we got a Swedish mathematician called Lars V. Ormander with an H, and he's got them little bits above the O.
Umlauts.
Yeah, them things. So he's got a
What, little velociraptors?
That's it, yeah. He was awarded the Fields Medal in 1962 for his work on partial differential equations. Yeah, he spent 5 years in writing. He produced the text, The Analysis of Linear Partial Differential Operators, in 4 volumes. Cool, I bet that was a read and a half.
I bet it was full of parties. You know, when I was at school, I didn't mind maths until it got past basic addition and subtraction. When it got into like fractions and equations, I decided I hated maths, and I used to hate every lesson. I was like, I don't like this.
Absolutely. We've got another bloke here, a German-American economist and mathematician called Oscar Morgenstern,
I like the way your mouth went. Morgenstern.
who popularised game theory, which mathematically analyses behaviour of man and animals in terms of strategies and maximises gains and minimises losses. He co-authored Theory of Games and Economic Behaviour. There you go.
Yeah.
And last birth was that's coincidental.
What, today?
Oh, I suppose it would be, really, wouldn't it? we got a German aircraft engineer called Ernst Heinrich Heinkel with H on both.
Oh, that's the coincidence. He was called Heinkel.
Yeah, because
coincidence?
I'm sitting there going, oh, he made the German planes, yeah. Who built the first rocket-powered aircraft. He was chief designer of the Albatross Aircraft Company in Berlin before World War One. And he found, he founded the Heinkel Flugzeugwerk at Warner Muhundi in 1922, making the first seaplanes.
Stop, I know what you do that, little T-Rex.
Yeah, that's that little thing over the U on that one.
He's got velociraptors in his name.
He's probably brought that thinking, I know, in about 80 years' time.
Yeah, there's going to be some at-wearing pillock that's going to try and read this. So we've got some deaths now, folks. He says, trying to scroll down to the deaths. What have we got? Where are they? Oh, God. Yeah. We got an Indian physicist who sadly left this world in 1966 at the young age of 56. And his name is Omi with an H, Jengangia Bahabara. He studied mechanical engineering at Cambridge University and by 1933 held a PhD, sorry, nuclear physics. His teachers included Paul Dirac and Niels Bohr.
Oh,
there you go.
Did he have a bisque as well?
Yeah, he foresaw the need for high quality facilities in India, and he was supported by his mate Durarabaji Jamasiji Tata with a T. Oh, he's the Tata bloke, the electric geezer, isn't he?
It might not be.
Well,
sorry, you failed your PhD, but you can have a food.
yeah, sorry about that, anyone who's got a pud. We got a Scottish engineer and inventor called Sir Alfred Yarra with a W even. What did he do? He invented, or was a shipbuilder of steamboats and founded Yarrow Shipyards in Isle of Dogs, London, where he built some 350 steam launches.
I think you were better with the strip yards.
And last up, we've got, oh my God, this bloke is a German astronomer. His name is George Friedrich Julius Arthur von Wooers. And he was known for his life work making extremely accurate catalogues of stellar positions and motions. He also researched solar and stellar parallaxes, making a new reduction of James Bradley's 18th century Greenwich observations. There you go, folks.
That was well done tonight, Colin. There's a lot.
Cheers, mate.
Yeah.
I tried my best, mate. And like I say, anyone out there with a pud, yeah.
Pud.
Good. Yeah. And speaking of puds, that takes us back to Belly on the bench. Lynn says, Belly, tonight, turkey and cheese sarnie. Pringles, water. But now drinking Dr. Pepper. I wondered whether the Dr. Pepper was going to come into it. Graham cookies. Graham
nice.
cookies. Bench still full of built Lego that I need to build shelves for. Yeah, a lot of big Lego on the bench.
White Glove Model says nothing in the belly other than coffee on the bench, getting ready to film part 3 of the Bismarck. Then I'll be painting the Land Rover Series 3 called Foxy, and the 67 GTO.
Cool.
Did anyone do Prime Time's modelling's one, belly, meatballs and rice?
Yeah,
No.
I think I did that one. Yeah.
Did you? All right, mate.
Oh no,
Yeah,
you did, didn't you?
Yeah, you got a ding for that.
Peter Rogers says belly empty for 4 days. I think I may have the Kung Flu. Can't taste or smell a thing.
Oh,
Ooh. What else is there? We're going down and just try to catch up on the chat as Colin's been doing his.
EC Idaho has finished a Great Northern F7 locomotive in red, maintenance of way colour to push a rotary snowplow in HO gauge.
HO gauge.
Hang on then. Yeah.
Bing.
I've got it's HO. Is that's slightly different to double O, isn't it?
Yeah.
Speedy Curate popped in very briefly and then popped out again. So hello and goodbye, Spid.
Hello, Spid. Hope you're doing all right, geese.
Anders Eriksson says, Swedish lesson, the O with an umlaut is pronounced like the I in birth, so
There you go. See,
In
so
Swedish.
I wasn't.
Oh, hang on, there we go. This is what happens when I fall out. Let us go back in, shall we? One moment, children. We shall be restored presently.
Back in
there we
a
go.
moment. There you go.
Yeah, so it's, in Swedish it's pronounced In
Yeah.
German it's like an oo.
So I wasn't far off then.
Yeah, I think it was amidst all the other pronouncings. What else is chat doing?
Hair model work.
I just saw one.
Cheeseburger and spicy curly fries.
Ooh, curly fries. I did try. I just heard Colin pronounce the E in Ernst with an Yeah, we can't read chat while we're doing presenting bits. Colin just fired shots at the Germans.
Oh, God.
Retro Rabbit says, Belly, deluxe pizza pockets, pepperoni, green peppers and bacon, and Diet Pepsi bench. School project, sound and lights for a 70s pachinko machine.
Oh.
What's a 70s pachinko machine?
Pachinko, if I remember rightly, it's a Japanese thing where you get lots of little pegs in a board and you get a coin that goes ding, 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 and it goes a ball.
Oh, right,
and it's a gambling game. You have to guess which slot it's going to go in. It's big in Japan. It's massive in Japan. I think I could be wrong.
Yeah, a bit like them ones we used to get where you used to drop the coin, didn't you? And you had the old slidey bits.
Yeah. But it's like massively popular in Japan, I think, for gambling purposes.
I think I've seen them on the telly now. They have whole sort of
EC Idaho. EC Idaho's got a belly, a salami and pepperoni with Munster cheese sandwich. A bench is paint strip and HO gauge Alco C428 locomotive made by Meccano.
Yeah, could be Meccano, yeah. I'm still thinking of starting a model railway. Yeah.
But you're supposed to be moving house, Ted, so you're going to have to kind of somehow put that off for 5 years. Which I'm sure you won't mind.
Maybe I could just make it so it's impossible to move.
Well, why don't you just make it so that it actually goes from this house to the new house?
Yeah, Wayne Model Works is in. Evening, Wayne. How you doing, mate?
Where was up to? Belly, says Anders Eriksson. Spaghetti with meta sauce. He says meta sauce. Italian accent. But does it have a spicy meatballs? That's racist, probably. For lunch. And he says for lunch, would just be racist. For lunch, some cheese sandwich and coffee just now. Bench, diorama base getting near closure. Not requesting ding just yet.
Not yet.
Now, given that it took him 15 years to finish that 1/16th Panzer, it's nice that it's actually finished a build within a year this time. Brian Windmill's in. Welcome, Brian.
Hello, Brian.
Edward's in.
Hello, Edward.
Squishy hugs. Kind of like this is pachinko, kind of like an upright pinball machine where you win more balls, which you get a voucher for to take next door to exchange for a prize because weird gambling laws in Japan. Yes.
Yeah, there was something on James May about that, wasn't there, where you couldn't win anything but vouchers.
Yeah.
Well, in the video games world, pachinko is hated by video gamers, serious gamers, because Konami, who made things like Metal Gear Solid games, kind of just took a dump on all their franchises and just focused on pachinko machines, which gamers are like, what? Video game history, folks.
Yeah. I had a very important question to ask tonight about something, just to create conversation, but I've totally forgot what it was.
It was that important, clearly.
Yeah, it was that important. While I'm driving to work, I'm thinking of things that can go on the next Monday night live stream. I'm thinking, that will be a good thing to ask. And then you come home, and it gets to Monday night, and you totally forget it. But The Price is Right. It's called Plinko. All right. But yeah, well, it's up to you in chat. Start something off. Ask us.
Absolutely, ask us anything.
Ask us anything. Yeah, ask us anything.
I'm just making some slight adjustments to the stream while you guys are talking. Ignore me.
Yeah, no, that's all right, mate. That's all right. I can put your full screen to put the pressure on you if you want.
No, it's all
Ted,
right.
did I ever finish building that excavator? No, it's still up there. Yeah,
it is
so there's a lot of things that are unfinished in this workshop. It's like a lot of things, really, isn't it? What's unfinished in What's unfinished in your workshop that's been sat on the shelf? What's become an unfinished shelf queen?
I've got a Nimitz up there that's been sat up there for 4.5 years in primer.
Ooh.
And next door in me stash room where me racking is, I've got a USS Starship Voyager.
Oh, look at the racking on that.
That's been sat in primer for 5 years.
Just a quick question for the viewers. I have just made some changes to the stream, which means the audio should be a bit more balanced now and less loud and quiet. So do let me know if it sounds okay. Because the audio from StreamYard was a bit up and down, and mine was fairly level. So I've added. So let me know if it sounds all right. It should sound a bit better now.
Yeah, didn't even realise there was an issue, mate.
No, it's because it's not. There's no compression on it, so like StreamYard just goes loud and quiet, whereas my microphone is like compressed.
Yeah.
And I forgot to put compression on the StreamYard feed, so
Whatever that means.
it just means everything's nice and.
Yeah, Wayne is saying the audio is good.
Yep, it just means it
he's also.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, no, he's also asking, has the shipping settled down from the UK to the USA? It's still a little bit higgledy-piggledy, Wayne. It depends on what supplier you're using to send it over.
Higgledy-piggledy, I like that. Just for Ted's benefit, compressor means that it makes the quiet bits a bit louder, but makes the loud bits a bit quieter and keeps it all about the same level.
Is there a button for that?
It's filters in Streamlabs. I've already broken him. He's glazed over.
Right.
Medic.
Yeah, he has, hasn't he? He's got that. Yeah. Do I need to push a button?
Oh, yes. So do let me know if it sounds all right. I'll have a look later on.
Yeah, White Glove Model says, "What now? We're buffering." Could be your end. That
Yeah, that's nothing to do with my audio settings.
Yeah.
We do stream this with the ultra fast latency settings, so you may occasionally get a bit of buffering while YouTube catches up, or if you're not on a good fast broadband connection.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the screen. It seems okay.
The usual reply is it's your own fault, probably usually.
EC Idaho's got unfinished tons of stuff from 135 tanks to 148 aircraft and many locomotives and rolling stock.
Oh, nice.
I tell you what I did see the other day.
What did you see, Ted? Tell us what you saw.
Talking about aircraft, over the jetty, bright sunshine, 2 F-35s.
Oh, nice.
Is that the new one?
Nice and low. Didn't know they were there because they were invisible. But yeah.
Is that the new one?
That's the new. Yeah. The
Modern planes are boring.
Oh, they
It's not a Spitfire, is it? Come on.
No, but
Yeah, but it can take off like that.
Still not a
the sound of
Spitfire.
them is totally different. We've had a lot of F-35s this week. Americans playing around, but these two real nice and low, and totally different sound.
Did it do the Jetsons thing like that? Or did it do the Airwolf kind of like because it's in stealth mode?
It just went,
Died.
didn't see it.
Wayne Model Work says Foxx gets a ding for that explanation, explaining a compressor. Retro Rabbit says shipping is still redonkulous from the US to Canada, and we're neighbours. Yes.
Yeah.
Seems to be everything's upside down.
Upside down and left to right and ups and down. Yes. So.
Currently trying to finish a Russian BRM-3 mine clearing tank thingy. Says
nice.
the
Armoured rolling pins, he says.
Armoured rolling. Yeah.
I will again, if you missed it last week, by the way, I did the first live stream of building my T62A for eModels, my Tamiya 135 T62A. I live streamed it on Tuesday or Wednesday, I think, a few hours in the morning on Wednesday. I built the wheels. I'm not fast. So I'll do another one this week, one or two this week. It'll be of a morning, because it's the only time I get to do live streams. So stay tuned, keep an eye on the eModels Facebook page. for when the next episode, or just make sure you subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell.
After having discussions with Foxx and the rest of the crew, it's probably a way that I'm going to progress the Titanic as well.
Makes sense for you, Ted.
Do some live streams, get it out, get it done. You can see it then, doing the live streams, it'll be unedited as I break things and spill paint.
In fact, going forward, what we may all of us start doing just generally is where if we're doing a video build and it's just a straightforward build with nothing complicated, we'll just maybe live stream the build part, because we can build while we're live streaming. It's a bit more fun for you guys to interact, and then when it comes to painting, that's when we'll film the actual video episodes. Just because live stream's a bit more fun, and right now my schedule's a bit weird anyway, so I'll try and do another one or two of those this week while we carry on building the T62 before I get onto the filming.
It's just a matter of finding a space. I'll find a slot that'll fit in. May not be regular, may not be sort of every week, but a couple of times a month, and we'll get them in. And it may be irregular times, like I might find that I'm free on a Saturday morning, so I can do a couple of hours, and then next time might be a Wednesday afternoon or something like that. So,
I mean, mine going forward will, for the time being, will tend to be in the morning, so like 10 or 11 o'clock. For a couple of hours, so because I have to work around Mama Fox, so do make sure you hit that notification bell, because there'll be last minute. I'll sort of decide the day before to be, but I can do one. So
and it's good as well, because the viewers can sort of ask questions about how we did this or what we're doing there, and they can interact, and it's good to sort of do some building like we're doing the live streams. It's interacting with you guys that are out there in chat. We could answer your questions.
I like doing the filming the videos and stuff, but I like doing little live streams just for a couple of hours. So because we're doing the building, but you can't really do a live stream when you're painting because you need to pay attention. But when you just if it's a complicated build, then we'll film that because we need to explain it to the viewer. But if it's a Tamiya tank kit, anyone can build a Tamiya tank kit. We'll just do that as a live stream. What you, Cole? What have you got on the books?
I've got the Suzuki that I'm doing, and I'm probably going to stream that overnight UK, so it'll be evening time for the American audience.
Oh, yeah.
Because my sleep pattern's totally useless.
That'd be quite good to have some late night content here.
Yeah, mine will go out sort of midnight onwards UK time, so that'll be, depending on where you are in the States, it'll be evening. Evening time for them.
Because our sort of watchers are from all around the
Well, this is it. I mean, I've got the Suzuki sat there, and I've got the Paris Dakar bike as well, so I can get both them done pretty rapid and then do the painting as a video build. So
But it does take. People have asked about this, and it does take a very long time to film like builds and painting videos and things like that. It takes a long time, and you can get bogged down. So if we do live streams for the building parts, it just means we're doing it there and then, and we can do it in a few weeks and have a few live streams and everything's built, and then we can spend a couple of weeks doing the painting videos, which is we do offline.
Exactly. Just build the sub-assemblies, isn't it?
Yeah. Now going forward, another little announcement. Remember, keep in mind as well, like I said at the start, we don't work for eModels. We're just friends of, and we do this out of the goodness of our hearts. Have been speaking to James this week, and they were having some supply problems with Games Workshop stock. As you know, I'm a Games Workshop nerd. That's now been resolved, so you can expect to start seeing more stuff coming in. They've got a big expanded range of stock right now, including some of the new orcs and things and good stuff. Going forward, I'll probably focus on Games Workshop stuff for eModels videos. So I might be like the resident Games Workshop paintery dude. Not exclusively. The other guys will do some stuff as well, but that's probably what I'll focus on.
Yeah, I mean, you know what my plan is with cars and bikes with eModels. I'm looking at doing a build a month for the eModels guys. I know it's a tight schedule, but it works for me because I can stream the building side, do the painting, and so it'll be bike car, hopefully. So.
Yeah. What about you, Ted? Are you going to stick to a genre, or are you just going to do whatever tickles your fancy? I mean, you've got another 4 or 5 years before you finish that Titanic. So
I've always sort of hopped from place to place, and I'm never particularly stuck on one thing. There's some things that I'm not particularly keen on doing, and there's others that I quite like. You know me and AFVs and things like that. So if it's sales, I'm interested. So if it floats on water, that sort of thing. But I don't stick to one particular thing. Just that's nice and shiny. I'll do that one next. That's how I.
And I'm not sure. Chris is currently looking to choose his next eModels build. Don't know, but Chris is kind of an everyman. He does like his 1/144 scale, but he ventures away from that, and he'll kind of build anything that tickles his fancy. So stay tuned. But do expect content coming up in the next few months, in the coming months, as we start doing stuff.
I do seem to have taken a fancy to painting figures recently, because doing the little figures and doing that little resin figure I had and things like that. It's nice to do sort of flesh tones and things like that.
You just like your flesh tones, Ted. Let's just be honest.
I just like the flesh tones.
He likes to go onto Google and type in flesh tones for research purposes.
Yeah, but
and pictures of skin for research property purposes.
It's a bit difficult really to sort of explain how to do flesh tones, even if I'm filming it, because sometimes I'll just mix things and don't know what I'm doing myself.
Yeah.
And it'll just happen.
So that's the advantage of me doing my little minis, because they're 28mm scale. I don't have to get that. I can just keep it quite simple with the skin colours, whereas if you're doing a big figure, like a small scale figure, you've got to do all the blending and shading and little...
Yeah,
I'm just like, this colour, done. There you go. Face what?
So it's difficult to explain how to do blending, but it happens. The magic happens somehow. But yeah, if we're doing some live streams, you might be able to see how the magic does happen and what we do, and then we'll be able to look back on it ourselves when in a few months' time.
I'll be like, how the hell did I do that? Let me go back and watch.
When we do our next film, it'll be we're going back to filming.
The funny thing that a lot of people don't realise is that whenever you watch our videos, we always look like we know what we're doing. But in reality, you'd be surprised how many times, I know the other guys will admit to this, but I'll admit to it quite happily. I think, right, today I'm going to paint this. I've done this before. I'm going to have to go back and watch my last video about how I did it, because I can't remember how I did it last time. And you have to go back and watch your own videos.
Absolutely. Yeah,
so
totally done that.
But there will be more content coming up in the coming months, so stay tuned. Make sure you hit the notification bell. I'll be getting my T62 finished in the coming weeks, hopefully built and then painted. And then once that's done, I'm going to dive into my Canis Rex Imperial Knight to do a painting guide on that, because that's all built and waiting for paint. And then more Games Workshop from me. Yay! At some point, I will do an eModels build and paint of a Baneblade. You know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I can still see my Baneblade over there.
I'll be like, James, you need to send me a Baneblade and a Stomper and this big thing, and can you send me some Forge World stuff that you don't even sell? Thanks, bye!
Container turns up outside and dumps itself on your drive.
Container on my drive twinned with eModels. So there's more Games Workshop coming in anyway, so expect that.
But no, it just gives us all our little niche, doesn't it, as well,
I mean, the other guys might do some GW stuff at some point, a bit of Warhammer here and there, but I'll mostly focus on that. Colin's like...
I'll do enough, mate. It's like, I kind of... I've took my eye off the ball on my own channel and builds and stuff for eModels. I kind of want to do bikes and cars and quick builds, because I can turn them around really quickly.
You're doing orcs. You're doing the work of a man, sir. You're doing the Lord's work, sir.
The only thing with doing eModels builds is we can't
keep them.
Drink and swear.
Well, yeah, we can't. There's that as well.
This is why I might step back from live streaming the build. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
to shore.
I've got a cunning plan. I'm working on something at the moment where I'm testing an idea out, and if it works, I might bring that to my eModels content.
You're not going to be filming in a tutu again, are you?
No, that's only when we do the Friday frolic.
Because you had that restraining order.
Yeah, that's getting reissued, mate.
Because the kids playing on the grass outside. It's not.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look, mate.
No, well, it was a good look, but just not in public with people with their eyes,
Yeah.
Anyway, I've just noticed how the time's flown on.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good Lord, it's 9:30.
It's Fox's what's in store.
Yeah, I think Foxx is just trying to dodge the issue. He hasn't really done what's in store.
I have done one.
Yeah.
Now there is a bit of a technical tickle tonight because I'm on an old PC and I have crap broadband, but mostly because I'm on an old PC, I can't have all the bits open for what's in store and do the stream at the same time. So I'm going to be doing the talkie, but Colin's going to be doing the slideshow. So I'll be like, next slide, please.
So you have, each time you want to change over, you've got to shout, click.
Yeah, well, it'll be like school where there'll be the teacher doing the talking, then it'll be like the lab assistant will be like, next slide, please.
Yeah.
So you don't need to lock on me, Ted, because it's going to be a screen share in a minute.
Do you want to do your terms and conditions for the thing, though? for the
Oh, yeah,
How to
okay.
Win Nothing. That's
Yeah.
why I put you full screen.
Okay.
Mate.
As always, it is a what's in store. It's one of mine, so it's really easy. Don't overthink it. Like, you know, literally, I'd have one where everything had the word red in it, and the theme would be red. It's not that complicated. Chris would do that, and the theme would be like quantum mechanics, but I do it, and it's... So that's not the theme, by the way. But there is a theme tonight. As always, we're going to give you the grand prize of absolutely nothing whatsoever, because they still haven't got the mugs in stock. So you can win nothing, and if you'd like to win nothing wrapped in a non-box and not sent to you by the not Royal Mail, that will not arrive in your not postbox that you don't have, because we don't send it, then all you need to do is shut up till the end of the products that we go through in chat, don't say a word, and then at the very end, when I will say that's the thing, what is the theme, go, the first person to put down correctly what the theme is will win the appreciation of a job well done, and also a box of nothing, which Ted will put in the vacuum tubes and send to you instantly. You'll get instant nothing. We give nothing away instantly.
There you go.
So there is the theme. It's really easy, don't overthink it. There's one that looks like it might be not connected, but it's might be, you know, just...
Would you like me to add it to the stream for
Yes,
you, mate?
please. There you go. Now, the problem I've got now is that everything that's going to be on screen is behind my camera, so I'm going to have to do a bit of wiggling around to see what I'm looking at. Right, because I can't maximise my screen, otherwise it messes the stream up.
There you go.
Actually, Colin, could you possibly not have everybody else on there, because I can see it easier? There you go. I can actually see it now. Right, so
That's right. It's just that's what you do every week.
No,
so
I know,
just thought
but
that was
I
the
would
one.
normally, but I can see it easy because it's right behind my camera and I can't move it. So I've got to kind of... Right, so yes, so first one tonight. Don't forget, of course, there are 6 items. You are contractually obliged to order the third one, even if you don't want any of the others. So make sure you get item number 3 ready. But don't forget, of course, we don't know how many of these are in stock. There may be 1, there may be 1,000. So if any of these tickle your fancy...
Slap it in your basket.
And don't forget...
It's not yours till you check it out.
Yeah, so if you fancy any of these, get it in your basket and don't leave it in there, because if they've got 1 in stock and somebody else pays for it first, you're out of luck. It's gone. So,
Pinch it from your basket.
Yeah, they could pinch it like a right little pincher. So first up, we have the Hasegawa 124th Datsun Sunny Truck Long Body Deluxe Nissan Service Car. Now, I have to admit, when I was growing up, I did like the kind of Japanese, 1970, in the 70s nearly, the kind of Japanese cars that we see on our roads. The Datsun Sunnies and the Nissan Sunnies and the...
Yeah, the Datsun Sunnies and, as you say, the Nissans, they were the cars that had electric windows.
Yeah, and they kind of...
Before everybody else did.
Absolutely.
And they were like a halfway step between like the glorious American muscle car with Coke bottle curves and the absolute garbage that British designers made, which was all rubbish. And then in the middle you had the kind of Japanese cars, which were boxy but not rubbish. They just looked nice.
Yeah, they had the Nissan Bluebird. And
This is
That's
like
a little 2-door Datsun with a sloping back. Can't think what it was called. But
I know what you mean. It was the Datsun Horizon. No, that was a Talbot.
Then you had the 280Z, didn't you? The sports version with the E-type headlights.
You always got the impression that while your dad had his little Mark II Escort that was falling apart, or your neighbour had the Escort Estate that was rusting to hell, the other neighbour with the little Datsun was like pootling along quite happily, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
I remember the time when, before I owned a car, we used to go out, but if we were going anywhere, we'd go and hire a car. And what we'd do, we'd go down to the Nissan dealership, because he used to, I think it was a case of, they didn't actually hire cars, it was just the salesman who'd say, oh yeah, you can have that one for the weekend and pocket you 20 quid. And he'd just give you a car off, the second-hand car that was for sale off the lot.
Now, I don't know if there's any information about this kit on there. If there is, I can barely see it. So
I'll do a quick refresh just to see if anything comes up at the moment.
Is it just shipping stuff?
I
think it's just history of the car, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's from Hasegawa.
Yeah, it's a 124th. It's going to be... Hasegawa do some good little kits. So I like the look of it. It's got a potential to be weathered and made to look like in like a scrapyard or junkyard setting.
Well, I mean, you can look at the Toyota Hilux that was on Top Gear, where it was all knackered and gnarly and rusty and all of that. So you could do something like that, a bit like you did with your knackered old Transit build.
Yeah. I don't think it really work as a technical, but you couldn't really do that. It would look a bit silly. But yeah, you could do a lot of things with that. A lot of little dioramas. I like it.
The Datsun Sunny was a nice car, but it did rot like anything. So you could do the rotten wheel arches and things like that. And
Anders Ericsson suggests that when we want to go to the next picture, I say Ted to ding, and we go ding, and the next word, like
Do you know,
like Robert
that is
Robinson.
a good idea. I like that.
No, let me do the ding, because I can be like Robert Robinson and ask the family, and the next word, ding. So let me get a little. Hang on, have I got something I
dear.
can ding?
Is
No,
it going to be as good as Ted's thing?
No,
No.
no.
It's a bit flat white.
How about that?
Oh, that'll do.
That's my metal cup. There you go. So there you go. So that is the Hasegawa 124th Datsun Sunny Truck Long Body Deluxe Nissan. 46 quid. It's going to be a good little kit for making up of a, for a little diorama subject. So give it a go. Next slide, please.
How profesh is this?
I know. Although we should really go like the slide projector noise.
Yeah.
It should slide in from the bottom. I'm doing the hand gesture, but nobody can see. Next up, we have the Abteilung 502 Intense Warm Acrylic Colours set. I think these are tubes.
Yep.
Which means
it's looking like it.
means it's nice thick paint. So it's like proper artists' acrylics that you get in tubes, but you can still apply it to your wet palette. You can use them absolutely as normal. You're just getting a lot more dense pigment. And if you've used the 502 oil paints, you know they're exceptionally good quality, very fine pigments and very opaque. And the acrylics are no different at all. They're really, really nice.
Absolutely. You get orange, Naples red, Naples yellow, yellow ochre, sand, and primary yellow.
Yep, this little set, they have other sets, but this one is designed for your warm flesh tones or for anything where you want it to look nice and warm and toasty and glowy, and just to get those nice, bright, warm, toasty colours. You're getting a lot of paint in the tube. It'll last you a long time. Think of it the same as it's like artist acrylic paints that you paint on a canvas with, but they're just for you to use on your wet palette with your painting your models. So I would recommend you use a palette or a wet palette with these. It is a tube. You need a little tiny amount of paint. They're going to be a lot thicker and gloopier and stodgier than a regular bottle paint, but they're going to last you a lot longer, and they'll be really dense pigmented. So if you've been looking for some nice warm acrylic tones, and I've never seen acrylic paints for models in a tube before, so it's kind of interesting. I like that. So 27 quid, get yourself a nice set of warm, fleshy coloured paints. Good for blending.
Just right, just right for this nasty cold weather. Some warm paints.
Yeah, so there you go. So that's the Abteilung 502 Intense Warm Acrylic Colours set. Next slide, please. I don't know anything about motorbikes. I will now shut up and refer over to Colin. It's the Tamiya 112th
Yamaha XV 1600 Roadstar Custom, and it is basically a nice big custom cruising motorcycle. You get all your kit chrome in there. You can do leather effects, chrome effects, all
I
your
just drank the wrong
tyres.
tea.
All your wiring is in there. I'll just do a refresh just to see if there's any other pictures of it.
We have said many times in the past, and Colin has said, because he does bikes and stuff, that if you're into your motorbikes, if you want to get model motorbikes, Tamiya is kind of like the brand leader for bike kits.
It's your go-to brand. I mean, I'm looking at doing a lot of the Tamiya range, the eModels stock. I'm looking at doing as builds.
It looks quite nice in that purple, but
it is a beautiful colour.
And the beauty
you could do that pearlescent, couldn't you?
Well, the beauty with these kits is they do a range of them. They do like a lot of the 112 kits. They range from these ones, which are 30 to 40 quid.
Yeah.
And are really good kits, but then they go all the way up to hundreds of pounds for the even more complex kits with springs and real screws and stuff. So if you wanted to get into the sort of small scale bikes like these, but you don't want to quite go and buy an Africa Twin yet, or one of the 9 scale ones, go for one of these.
It's perfect, and the detail you get in this is stunning. And like I say, you can apply all your different techniques to one of these bikes. And
do they tend to do a lot of undergating for the chromed parts? I think they do, don't they?
Oh yeah. A lot of the chrome is undergated, but I tend to strip my chrome anyway.
Yeah.
So,
but their chrome can be quite nice if you don't want to strip it off. It's usually undergated.
Normally you can touch it up with a bit of Molotov, anything like that, any Outlack chromes or Vallejo chrome. Just give it a little tap and it'll fill any marks. But a lot of the undergating is done in areas that isn't going to be visible anyway. So
a little thing from chat. Dave Cardboard says, in the 70s in the UK winters, Datsun Sunnies were the cars that started when all the Fords and Vauxhalls were wheezing in the cold and refusing to move.
Yeah, they were. Right.
Absolutely.
Bobbin says it looks like one of them Harley Davidsons.
Yeah, it is. It's a Japanese version of an Harley Davidson Cruiser, basically, and it is just one of those. If you're not into your sports bikes, then why not try one of these? You can't go wrong. It's Tamiya, 1/12 scale, and it's 37 quid. Boom.
Yeah.
I used to have a 125 cruiser with leather panniers,
Yeah.
but leather panniers ain't brilliant for the brain. There was a puddle of water in them.
My first bike was a little fizzy 50, Ted.
Oh,
Where Model Works says he had a Virago 920 that looks almost exactly like that bike.
Yeah.
So there you
you
go.
can get the Virago, can't you? To me, do the Virago.
They do the Virago, yeah.
The duvets though. Do duvets.
Do.
I see what you did there.
Duvets don't doozy, are they? So that's the Tamiya 112th Yamaha XV 1600 Road Star Custom. Now don't forget, of course, this is cashier number 3, please. It's item number 3.
Absolutely.
So you have to buy.
You're obliged to go out and buy this one.
Yeah, you have to buy this one. Even if you don't like motorbikes, you're contractually obliged to buy this one because it's item number 3. So, next, that was a bit dull. Hang on, let me move the. Ow, that was loud.
It sounds like you've got a pan and a ladle.
No, it's a metal Land Rover cup. It's been there. It's been on the side for about 4 hours, so the tea in it's cold, and I just took a swig from that by mistake and was like, wrong
You'd
cup.
have been better off drinking brush water then, mate.
I know. I don't mind cold tea, but only to a point. Next up, nice simple one. It's the Citadel Advalan Sunset Base Paint. We were talking about paints earlier, acrylic paints and stuff earlier on. Yeah. I love Citadel paints for brushwork. I think they're the best brush paints, the best paints to brush that you can get. That's my personal opinion. With a very, very close behind is the Viejo paints of all the different ranges. Viejo and Citadel kind of at the top dogs
Very
of the paint
rich
range.
pigment, isn't it?
Yeah, the base paints especially, they are quite opaque. This particular colour is a nice, warm, but not too bright yellow. It makes a perfect base. If you're painting something yellow and you want it to be a really bright, vibrant yellow, give it a coat of this first and then apply your yellow paint on top and it'll make your yellow nice and vibrant.
One thing I do like about the Citadel paints is that they have that nice little thing in the cap that's...
Yeah, the little brush wheel. Yeah.
If you never use an airbrush, it doesn't really matter about those pots. If you use an airbrush, those pots are terrible. But if you never use an airbrush, I don't mind those pots for brush painting. But yeah, so it's one of their base paints. Base paints are basically more opaque than layer paints. Layer paints are a bit more translucent. You can use them for blending and shading effects. It's just a really nice colour. It's a perfect yellow to put other yellows on top of to keep them nice and warm.
What I use on my bases, my base colours for my scheme.
And it was learning the sort of Citadel way of painting with the base and layers that kind of taught me about using layers of colours. So before you just prime something and paint it whatever colour you wanted, but if you instead do either a relevant colour primer or a primer of any colour and then an opaque colour and then the colour you want, you can get some much better effects. So there you go. There's quite a lot of the Citadel paint range in. More base paint, not much more I can say about that.
There you go.
Oh, next slide, please. Next up we have the Lightcraft Compact LED Task Lamp with Dimmer. I'll have to rely on Colin to read some information out from this now. It's a desk lamp. It's a big straight...
a refresh for you.
Yeah, it should have some blend. It's a big flat one, so you get the nice desk cover. I was looking at this. I actually was going to get one today, but I've got nowhere to mount it to.
It features 72 SMD LEDs producing 6,000 to 7,000 K light with 90 CRI for improved colour rendering.
That's daylight colour range.
Yeah, shadow-free light with no heat emission, inbuilt dimmer switch, space-saving design with excellent light coverage, wide lamp head, perfect for lighting your whole workspace, and includes the table clamp.
Yeah, and the important things from one modelers there is one, it's the 6,000 to 7,000 K, which is daylight colour. Yeah. Which is, if you've got like a warm incandescent bulb, you colour, you can't see what you're painting.
Yeah.
And the other thing was no heat. If you're working on your workbench, it's the middle of summer, it's 1,000 degrees. The last thing you want is a big tube lamp giving off thousands of degrees of heat because you just waste away.
I mean, we all use them, don't we, in our benches? So.
Yeah. I haven't actually got one of those. I was going to buy one of these today when I was figuring out what I got this and I thought, I could do with one of them, but I've literally got nothing to mount it to. That's my only problem. I've nothing I can mount it to, and I'm like, And
the other thing about them, if you do any filming, if anybody does any filming for YouTube and things like that, they don't flash.
Yeah.
There's no flash on them.
Strip lights tend to oscillate at 60 megahertz, and in the UK the power cycle is 50 megahertz, so you get a flicker. Especially if filming.
I've actually got them. My main room light here in the workshop is actually LEDs, and it's not.
That's what I've got.
It's brilliant. They do give it a bright, a bright white light. It's difficult to explain really, but you get a true colour.
Yeah. Well, that's the temperature setting. It's typically 5,500 to 6,500 K is about daylight. So 6 to 7,000 K is perfect for light. Yeah. If you're filming, you want a daylight light. If you're painting and not filming, you kind of still want a daylight because then you're not going to be tinting. If you're trying to paint something a specific colour and you've got like a yellowy light bulb, you're going to get all the colour. You take it out of the daylight, you'll be like, dear Lord, what have I painted? What monster have I created? So if you're looking for an overhead lighting source, check out this is the Lightcraft compact LED task lamp with dimmer.
They do seem expensive. You might think that's a lot of money to pay for a desk lamp, but they'll last forever.
Yeah, they'll last tens of thousands of hours. I've got 2 small desk lamps that both cost 50 quid each, so that's fine. That's a good price for a lamp that size. You could get away, if you're not filming, you could get away with just that as your entire desk lamp. And they're also very energy efficient compared to anything with a tube or a strip in it, or a bulb. So if you're looking for a no temperature energy efficient thing, go for an LED light. Anyway, next slide please.
And this is your last one, mate.
Now this is the leichte Truppenluftschutzpanzerwagen. It's the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 240/4 Ausfahrung A. Leichter Truppenluftspanzerwagen. I can read all that. I did really good then.
I'm impressed.
See, when I had to learn
refresh,
what SDKFZ stands for, I'm never going to forget now that it stands for Sonderkraftfahrzeug. I had to learn for a video, and it's like, now I know it forever. This is the Dragon 135th SDKFZ, a 254 Ausf A leichte Truppenluftpanzerwagen. It's the half track with some, I think it's got anti-aircraft guns in it.
Yeah,
it's called what do they call it? A smart kit. Now, if you're not familiar with what smart kits are, basically Dragon have got this method whereby they can use a specific, I think it's called slide mould, where they use a specific way of moulding plastic that reduces the need for photo etch parts, because it allows them to produce much more delicate detail than most kits that you would normally have to replace with a photo etch part. Not everything, but lots of things where you couldn't mould it in plastic, so you'd have to do it as photo etch. They try and reduce that, so there's some photo etch, but not that much. And it's their patented sort of way of moulding these things. Now it does say
very
on there,
highly detailed, isn't it?
Yeah, and it even says on there, if you look at it, it's got the accurate overhang for the hull plating, which apparently is accurate, and I never knew about.
That's the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, but
really
so it's really, really nicely detailed. It's got lots and lots of millions of little parts, but it's not over reliant on photo, because not everybody likes photo etch.
No,
some people don't get on with it at all. So the least photo etch you can get in a kit, the best. It's always good for like mesh grills and things like that, but some people don't want to make an entire MG setup out of photo etch if plastic can do it. And with this moulding technology, it apparently allows them to do that.
Yeah, very impressive.
They also have some special, if you scroll down a bit, Cole,
sorry, mate.
They've also got their what's called magic tracks, a bit further down if you would. It says down there, magic track. I don't know what that is. I can't quite figure out from the diagram. So
magic tracks for convenience of assembly. Basically, you click them together by the look of that.
Yeah, it looks like it. So it might still be individual link tracks maybe, but not too scary. So yeah, check that out. If you go back up for me. That is so it's 58.49. It's gonna be a nice big detailed kit.
Yeah,
not too much of the photo etch.
Yeah, 35th scale. It's going to look mint.
Yeah, I do like the German half track anyway. It's a mint looking fit. I've built a few of them in my time.
Everyone needs to build an half track sometime during their modelling career.
I think I built. There's a Rommel one by Airfix, wasn't there? Years ago, something like that.
Yeah, there's a few Tamiya ones. There's the Greif or Greif.
Yeah, I've got one of them up there with Rommel in it.
That's the Desert Rat one in it. It's got all the it's got Rommel. So I mean, I've built a few, but I always prefer this to the American. The American ones kind of looks like something out of World War One, whereas it just looks
I want to get the one with the motorcycle front. That's the next one I want to get.
Oh, the Kettenkraft.
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 Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So that's the Dragon 135th Sonderkraftfahrzeug 250/4 Ausführung A leichte Truppenluftpanzerwagen. I only couldn't read that bit because it goes into a new sentence.
Would you like me to go back through your 6 choices to refresh their memories?
I think it is. Yep. So if you wouldn't mind. So there is the theme, remember. So we started off with the 124th Datsun Sunny.
Oh yeah, I think I got the link now. But
Yeah.
I don't know how. But
Ted's everything Ted does, isn't how he got there. We had the Datsun Sunny, then we've got the intense warm acrylic colours. Next we have the Tamiya Yamaha XV 1600 Roadstar Custom. Citadel's Avalanche Sunset base paint. Cuddly toy, cuddly toy. Lightcraft compact LED task lamp with dimmer. And last of all, the Leichter Troop Wagon. Let's just call it that because I can't read all that again. So there you go.
I think I have it, but I can't see how that.
Well, that's all the items. So I shall say, what is the theme for tonight? Go. Deep dip dip, a dip dip dip, a dip dip dip, a dip dip bang straight in. The bobbins is in with the sun. That'll do. Straight away the bobbins. It was the sun or sunniness or the sunshine. Yes, it is the sun. It's cold and miserable today, and I was grumpy because I got up and I was like, oh. And the heater's been on all day, and I'm like, my fingers are cold, and I'm like, I want the summer now, please. So Mama Fox can sit out in the garden and annoy the pigeons.
Yeah, winter is cancelled. Bring on summer.
Yes,
Absolutely.
So well done, the bobbins. You have won yourself a whole box of nothing. Ted will now jam this enormous box into the tiny vacuum tube of happiness.
Hang on. Yeah, the winner from last week said he hasn't received his nothing. If you go and have a look behind the bin. Outside, if you have a look behind your bin, there's nothing there.
Wait, has he does have an eModels vacuum tube installed, doesn't he?
Yeah,
Because if you've not got an eModels vacuum tube installed, then what are you doing with your life?
Yeah. Well, I'll press the button and I'll send it down the tubes. There, it's gone.
Hang on, it's going to come past me. There you go. I'm on the same route, you see.
There we go. It's on its way. And if you didn't receive it last week, just go out and check behind the bin. There's nothing there.
Yeah. The delivery people that we may not mention may have put it in the bin.
Yeah, and if it's not behind the bin, then it's the raccoons that have taken it. So can't do anything about that. Sorry. Yes. Do I need to explain what the theme? Explain the theme? Do I need to? I probably should.
Too late now. Shut the tabs down.
Have you? I've still got them here. Oh no, that's the giveaway, isn't it? All right. Well, if anybody's confused, the last one, which was the Leichter transport thing, Leichter in German is light. It was a light armoured vehicle, so it was light. Leichter.
Yeah. I've just delved into my pockets of my jacket.
Have you found that giveaway that hasn't gone through?
Oh dear.
I found the Scale Modelling World International Centre admission ticket 2018.
Was that when me and you met up?
There's another one, 2019. That's the last time I wore this jacket. There we go. Right,
There you go.
And
you find a thing, you get one of my dings.
Yeah, and we've got a thing as well, haven't we?
Oh yes.
Yeah. Time, getting extra time this week, people.
Yeah.
Jim.
Do you want the thing on the screen there so we can see it all?
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
Who's actually
folks.
doing this? Who's doing this?
I'll do it if you want.
You don't want to do it? You can do it if you want, Colin. There you go.
We've got a giveaway for you this week, folks, and it is an Edward 1/72 scale Desert Babes limited edition. And what more can you say?
What is it a limited edition of, though? Is it a tornado?
plane. It is a Panivia Tornado GR1.
It doesn't actually say what it is a limited edition
Which
of.
was in British service during Operation Granby. There you go. And it's a swing wing airplane.
Swing wing, like and subscribe.
You've got all your different schemes and decal options that you can go for.
All the different options, but they're all sand coloured.
Looks like a bit of seat detail and all of that lot as well for you.
How many decals? All of them.
All of them.
All
Not
of
as
the
many as the Phantom, though. That is got all the decals in it.
Yeah. Oh, put off right. Oh, it's got photo etch as well. In a 1/72. Blimey, right.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. 72nd scale photo etch.
Pile up at the board, what's he doing?
But also,
nice looking aircraft.
Go on, Cole.
oh yeah, also 72nd scale photo etch in a kit for 20 quid.
I was about to say it's 21 quid and you're getting lots of fancy photo etch.
Yeah.
Blimey.
Yeah,
Plus
I
all
think
them
these
decals.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, even if you went to wear the brass in, you'd probably get more.
I think Airfix just need to hang their head in shame now.
I won't zoom in because it's a family show, but yeah, there's some fruity decals in there, and you've got all your different options there.
They're all the same apart from a few markings. They're all the same colour. Sand.
Yeah, pretty
spam,
much.
Spam, spam, or spam.
All your different decal options there, folks. So what are we going to ask the viewers?
You put all the decals on.
Yeah. If you want to win this, we will pull the winner next week on the show. If you want to win that, I would say when this show is finished, it's a normal video. Put a comment on the video about sand. Seeing as it's a Desert Babes and they're all sand coloured.
Yeah.
Any comment, keep it family friendly, but any comment about sand. Make it amusing and not necessarily factually correct.
Yeah.
And we will go through the comments on the video next week and pull one at random, and that person will win that plane. I'll tell you what, 70-second scale and photo etch kind of puts Airfix to shame quite a lot there, really. Sorry, Airfix, kind of does.
Cool.
Yeah. Anders Ericsson says, 2019, that's when I met you people in Telford.
Is it that long ago?
Many, many moons ago. The Bobbin says, ooh, a big sexy plane. Lynn Dipple says, a thing. Mayhem Modelwork says, ooh, fighter bomber, as in orcs.
And it's got movable wings in it, so you can do all kinds of movable wing noises and round the man cave.
Oh, yeah. The Bobbin says, I see shark mouths.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll work well.
Yes. So, yeah, make sure you wait till the show's finished, give it 5 or 10 minutes, and then just put a comment on the show as normal, like a normal YouTube comment.
We'll reveal the winner next week.
Yeah.
You've got to be in it to win it.
You've got to like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. So don't forget, folks, of course, like we were saying earlier on, we will do more little live stream bits here and there for our build. So make sure when you like and subscribe, you do hit that notification bell and you press the button and say all notifications, all of them, all the time, non-stop.
I'll do some of them because sometimes YouTube doesn't always tell you unless you press that button that we've done live.
But also keep an eye on the eModels Facebook page, which is eModels Ltd, I think, on Facebook.
We'll try to give at least half an hour's notice.
Yeah. Well, the only thing is, if I get up at 9 in the morning and send a thing to James saying, James, I'm going to do a live stream at 10 o'clock, he's not going to get that email till like 12 o'clock and I'll be gone home by then. So I'll try and let James know in advance, but mine might be a bit last minute if they're like at 10 o'clock in the morning. So
You might find it elsewhere on other Facebook pages that we don't want to mention here, but keep an eye out. But,
like and subscribe.
You know where to find us.
Yes.
But anyway, it's gone past the witching hour, the magic witching hour.
I know, overtime.
Well, we should all be in bed and go to sleep because we've got to be up early in the morning. Some of us have got to go to work. For the three of us, we seem to have managed to get through this evening. And
just about.
We'd like to thank you all out there in Chatland for joining us tonight. And we look forward to seeing you again sometime, particularly next week if we don't see you before then. But thanks for joining us tonight.
Hopefully Chris will be back with us next week.
Hopefully we'll all be here for a full team next week. But until then, good night everybody. Bye-bye.
Adios,
Take care,
amigos.
folks. Stay safe.
You've got to press the button.
Oh, I've got to press the button. Oh, forgot about that. Hang on, which button is it? It's the. Hang on. Oh no, not that one. That one.